Can they hear me or can they see that?
Yeah, everybody can hear you. Just go ahead, share your screen, and then
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So I'll be like sharing the most recent trades and like most recent trends, like how I analyze the market and how I would suggest like how you should guys like kind of approach the market. It's not that hard, but if you just follow the rules, rules are there. You gotta be following the rules and the plan should be there in order to hit the consistency. And one thing I would just want to make sure that uh, there are always like one to two or three setups. I have like seen some really big pro traders, professional ones, who actually manage like millions of dollars. So they just like do one thing. They just stick to just one or two setups, and then whenever they see those setups, and then they only hit that market then. Otherwise, they just sit back, watch the setups, and hit it. And I would suggest everybody over there, the most important thing is like just stick to one or two setups. That's my suggestion. If you want to explore the market, you can explore, and I wasted time, I think, that way. Maybe like I say 1 more year by just sticking to the ones who are actually working, not to like explore everything, because it's the sea. You can find everybody has a different like setups, everybody has different way of trading, and you can't copy it. But the thing is, you got to find one thing, one setup, or two setups, right, very much similar to each other, which actually work for you day and night. So just make money from that. You don't need to go back and forth, copy your like take trades from this guy or the other guy, but just stick to one plan and just trade that every day whenever you see. And I'll show you like I'll just show you the simple things, and within like say like you actually follow 4 to 5 pairs, or like say 4 to 5 pairs, and I can show you like how you're gonna see those things within like in a week, like 1 to 2 times. That means like you're actually taking like 4 to 5 trades in a week. And if you just risk 2% of on that, and minimum if you're going for 1 to 2 ratio risk reward, you're actually making 10% straight. And I've seen the system in the hedge funds. They only make like 5% a month. If they make 5% a month, that's a fucking big ass month for them. And what I'm talking about here is like 50% a month. That's a great number. And you just need to follow the simple rules. That's it. So like now I'm gonna share the screen with you guys, like what like my whole list, the trades I took this week, and the trades I missed. I'm gonna share like both of my whole work, and I'll show you how I analyze like each pair and how you should like kind of approach the market. So let me share the market. How it's gonna go? Share. Okay. Is it share, bro?
yeah,
Is it share? Okay. So it's UF, right? Can you see the UFs?
no, we
Uh,
can see your back screen,
uh,
wallpaper.
Wallpaper. Why not this one? Mm, okay, let me share that again. Oh, you should do that. Start video, pin video, on pin video. Uh, show low letter speaker. Show small letter speakers. You're looking at the other screen, like a small screen.
Nah, so go ahead, hit new share.
New share. Okay, where is that? Share.
Yeah, and then select the browser that you have open. Safari. Yeah, select Safari instead of screen.
So can you see now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, let me do this one here. Yeah, with the screen, I'll just digitize that time. So here's the time. So, so it's USD CHF, right? Can you see them?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just kind of new. I'm sorry about that because like I never used Zoom call before, so I'm just kind of like rambling through that. Anyways, so let's get back to the work. So I took a trade uh last week, and USD CHF is like one of my favorite pairs, and I just trade like whenever I feel like kind of like opportunity over there. So let me remove all my things first and start like showing you the how I basically analyze it. You know, so as you can see, this is so the first thing, like in my trading style, I start like looking at the pair from the bigger time frames just to get the bias, like how it's going in the whole week coming. So I'll start from the monthly, right? Just to get an overview, not like the detailed thing, just to get an overview what's going on, right? So as you can see, like in month of May, we can see a red candle, right? And it's falling. So we all know that the principles are the same. We all know that the whole market is moving in the swings. Whatever is falling, it has to retrace back, right? So we can see that for 2 months it's falling, right? And it has approached a key level. Now it has to retrace back. That's what it is exactly doing, right? So we have kept in mind that it's retracing back. The market is kind of recovering from the monthly fall. So it has to form a structure. So you can see that it has come at the level of 1.0040 and kind of making a head and shoulder structure over there, right? So we just have to keep in mind that, okay, so structures are very important. There are only two structures in Forex we mainly trade. What I mean, everybody knows that, like the double top bottom, and the other is head and shoulders. So whenever you see these things, you just have to build an idea from the bigger picture. Okay, this can happen before moving into the like low time frames. Moving on to the weekly, right? So last week it was a really fucking bearish week, and we all knew that it has achieved a level. So if you move back, we can draw a level over here at somewhere here, which is like kind of say just make it a round number, which is A9850. So round numbers are very important in like for everybody knows that, like in kind of setting the targets, in setting the stop losses, because the market actually moves with the round numbers. So 850 is kind of like a round number for it, and market last week hit it. So it was a moving. So it was a pretty bearish week, and from recovering that, so market always needs a recovery after a like strong bearish a bullish week. It always recovers. So just keep that in mind that it's gonna recover that. And by just thinking that, so obviously on Monday and Tuesday, the early week days of the week, you have to find some weaknesses. Okay, so because like you have built the idea, okay, it was a strong bearish week, it has to recover in the early days of the week. That's how I divide my days, like like always divide your week. Early week moves and the later week moves. That's how you actually, kind of put your trades. So early week is always show you kind of signals. Okay, because like you from coming from the higher time frame to the lower time frames, you have kind of built this thing that okay, it is gonna recover. So on Monday and Tuesday, you just watch the market. Okay, you're gonna find the some weakness signs. Then you actually hit the market. So one thing I would suggest to everybody: don't trade on Monday. Monday is a fucking like a, they're gonna like fuck you. I'm sorry for using F words a lot, but that's what I use. so 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 on Monday they're gonna like trap you in the wrong direction. So always watch markets closely on Monday. Let it that. So most of the time, what happens is like they're gonna trick you on Monday and the Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, but Wednesday is the strong day. Wednesdays in most of the pairs are always strong days because that's gonna be the trend moves. So that's actually they actually let them show the cards on Monday and Tuesday. Let them show the cards. Why to hurry, right? So you just have to take trades like say like four trades, not in one pair, in different pairs. Like on average, one good trade in one pair is more than enough. If you're taking one trade in 1 week, I mean you should stop trading that pair. I'll let the close half positions and let the half other run. You don't need to worry about that. And move on to the next other pairs. That's it. So as we like we saw that like the last week was pretty bearish. So I was like, if I were you, I will be thinking the same that okay, it's gonna do some pullback because like market has to recover from the shock that was bearish last week. So coming on to the daily. So here's the thing. As you can see that on Monday it was a weak candle. Monday was a fucking weak candle. So that actually kind of like built our perception, built our idea that we actually dropping down from the bigger time frames. Okay, so it's a weak candle that actually. So now the whole hunt starts finding your entry. So for the finding the entry, we're going into the low time frames. Say I use 4 hour and 1 hour. 1 hour is my least one. It might be 30 minutes if I like, kind of like I'm not no on the 30 minutes. I don't use 15 minutes. And the least one is the 30 minutes and 1 hour. Mostly 30, yeah, in between both of them whenever I see the thing. So moving on to the 4 hours. In my trading setups, trend lines are very, very important. Trend lines are the keys. Trend lines are the keys because in my trading style, trend lines are the keys. So if even if I forgot one thing, yeah. So we can see that from I just told you like from the monthly thing, the market is kind of like recovering the monthly. It's kind of breather for the monthly, which is on the daily, the breather happening in the daily, right? So obviously it's one step down or two steps down, breathing happens. So we drew this trend line. It broke this trend line. It was a strong fall, right? So the other idea here is that it's going to retest the trend line, obviously after the strong fall, because like during this time it didn't retest the trend line. So there are like I just want to tell you one thing about the well like about trend lines. Trend lines have three things. First, it breaks. So always wait for the break. If you have like strong for like kind of if you see strong kind of pressure, obviously then you can make some entry. But first let the trend line break, then trend line gonna retest, gonna hit some key level straight, and then it's gonna pull back. That's three steps thing. Write it down. First it's gonna break. Breaking is the first point. Second point is it's gonna hit some key level, some strong key level, and then it's gonna push back and continue in the trend. So we can see that we just drew that it hit 0.9850. From this point it is pulling back and taking some key level over here, which is like you can all see that this key level is pretty important for this pair, which is rounding number 9950. And today it hit that. So this thing, and I'm also like kind of giving away the trade for the next week. So next week I will be uh, looking for the short for this pair, but don't jump into this pair like right on Monday or even Tuesday. Let it do this thing, right? I will think, I mean, I'll be looking very closely like on Monday and Tuesday, like how the daily candles close, and then I'll short this pair to this low regions. First 0.98 is the target, then 0.9700 is the target. And this is a fucking biggest trade. And you don't need to even trade next time. Like, if you get this trade from somewhere here, and putting the stop loss very like tight stop loss is fucking 1 to 7, dude. If you put 2%, that's 14% straight in a week. And my personal target is 10% a week. If I hit 10%, I'm fucking drinking, dude, all week. Yeah. So that's the thing. And so it is on the key level right now, a good resistance point. For giving it more room, there is also a key level up there. Uh, this one, 0.9975. This is another key level. Worst case scenario on Monday and Tuesday it can go up there. If it goes up there, that's a fucking nice head and shoulder. If is everybody with me? Is everybody understanding that?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Oh, cool. So that would be great if it comes here. That would be a nice head and shoulder structure here, right? So on Monday and Tuesday, watch it closely because it is on the key level. Or Monday, it can do is like come over here and straight fall. So keep your guns ready for the shit, and it's gonna be a very, very nice trade. and make sure like because like I like USD CHF is like it always gives me a very nice entry like stop loss entry and so yeah and so yeah one other thing I want to like highlight always look for the third touch of the trend line always look for the third touch of the trend line because third touch trend lines are fucking the most important always the most important and you can see that over here uh can everybody see the daily time frame on USD CHF right can everybody see that okay cool so see that one two one touch second touch third touch boom right third touches are always crazy so always be patiently wait for the third touch don't rush it because like you can see that like on the third touch when like price was here it was moving down and all the like I was there at once like when I was pretty new to the forex I was also thinking oh man it's so bad it's just gonna fall back but see the third touch was there T level was there boom all the way up all the way up never look back so it always pays you a lot. So be patiently wait for the third touch. And this trade I missed it and I'm still hit myself. So this one was a very, very good trade. This was a very, very good trade. It was a perfect head and shoulder structure here. So whenever trend line has to break, it always gives you some signals before breaking it, which is like either two structures, one of the two structures, either head and shoulder or either DBT, I call double bottom top. So DBT is the short form double bottom top, and HS is like head and shoulder. So it formed HMS over here before breaking it. That's why like it didn't need to retest before breaking it. So pressure was always the structure has formed over there. So that was like so okay. So one more thing, just note it. Whenever the structure forms, so it always builds the volumes by itself. So it doesn't need so those whenever like structure forms it doesn't need to go back to take volume and then come back again because they have done already a lot over here. So see, they from head. So the next move was because like the higher time frames were saying that this whole daily move is kind of retracement, is a breathing land for the day monthly, right? So I was waiting patiently for the third shoulder, some kind of structure. I was also waiting for maybe like it formed double top over here but it formed like it lost its pressure. One more thing, dude, like yeah, you gotta note this thing. This candle is Monday candle. This candle is a Tuesday candle. The people just think it's gonna go up. On Wednesday, they fucking went down. That's why I said like Monday and Tuesday, just watch the market. Don't rush into the market. You don't need to. I mean, the most successful days of mine are like Wednesday and Thursday. I don't give a fuck about my girlfriend on that day. So, so Monday and Wednesday and Tuesdays are the money making days. So even if you miss the whole Monday and Tuesday thing, don't even like don't be discouraged or whatever. Just watch the market. Just like be chill and like on Monday and Tuesday you don't need to do anything because the Wednesday and Thursday is gonna like fill the whole gap for the rest of the week. I mean for the early week. So so always wait for the third touch bottom like I'm just summarize the whole thing wait for the third touch and the earliest signal that okay this trend line is going to be broken soon is the structure will be formed before that so the structure formed over here so on for the next week I'm kind of giving away this trade which is like I mean obviously things do change but my setup that's what I have done I've seen it like for last hours I was looking at it. So this is my setup. Like let it form the head and shoulder on Monday and Tuesday, and the yeah. So then enter into the trade. It can happen on Tuesday might be, and on Monday it can give you some kind of like the doji candle, the indecisive day, and just jump it like according to the situation, and then enter on the because it's already on the key level right now. It's already on the key level. So wait patiently, just see things whether this key level will be retained or broken. If it breaks, it's going to be here, and then it's going to be forming head and shoulder with this one, this one, this one. So there's so much. It's a very strong key level. Just look at the back. So it's a very strong key level. We can see in the past so many resistances into that region. So that would be a nice one because like uh, it's a strong fall. It has retraced back, and now it's falls. It's gonna fall. And highlighting the highlighting the trend line because if you just ask me what is gonna be the what you call the main thing of today's session is trend lines. Trend lines are very important. And the third, when I say the third touch, I'm gonna show you very recent examples from the third touch. So if you guys go to GJ, British pound, yen. So if you go to the weekly, you know, and this is the one here. See the fucking magic of the third touch. Coming from here, two, three, third touch. So next week, what I'm thinking is it's gonna take this level, which is 135.75, which is a really nice trade. And I'm still hating myself. Why didn't I take this trade? I missed it, but because like I was more focused on in EN Euro NZD, and I was more focused in oil, gold. But GJ was a good trade, though I kind of did my work. Anyways, no whining. Next week is there. And so, yeah, one more thing. If you want to be successful, I mean, successful in trading, obviously, we all here like for money. Money never comes with the depression. If you're too much stressed by leaving a trade, bro, like even if you lose a trade, there is always a fucking next opportunity right on the corner. So just get that. I mean, don't just blow your account. There is no fucking ego in the thing. There is no fucking ego in the thing. So if you lose one trade, no worries. Just if it's not your day, tomorrow is your day. I mean, next week is your week. So just be patient. Stay with the rules. Always stick with the rules because at the end of the day is going to make you like successful trader, a more consistent one. And so stick with the rules. This is like a more higher time frame third line, I'm telling you. I mean, shortly I'll go to the lower time frame trend line breaks. So this is like GJ, a very recent one. So next week GJ is gonna fall back, right? Taking at least what I'm expecting is 135.75. This is my key level here, and it has a lot of what you say confluences for that. And even if you want, if you guys should know the Fibonacci, right? The golden region of Fibonacci, even that feels really well with this one. And if I go to the lower time, I mean, draw the Fibonacci here. Fibonacci is perfect here. It's in the golden region, and it's rejecting from the third touch. It's rejecting from the 141. That's a very nice key level here. So there are like a lot of confluences like it's going to drop next week. And so talking about third touches, so I'll move on to the which was that? Yeah, gold was there. Gold was a nice example of the third touch. So daily, a lot of people like I know there's some big guys over there managing fucking millions out there. They make a fucking blender over here. They were all short over here, and they were all blown out from here. So this is the perfect example of third touch, right? Even from the ascending trend line and from the ascending trend line and from the descending trend line. So uh, a lot of people were short from here, from this point. And why I was long? Because see, talking about the trend lines and swings, I think trend lines underline understand the swings, high time frame swings, low time frame swings. Starting that's the main point. Starting from the monthly time frame, like how the bigger time frames are working. So talking about the daily, talking about the weekly, let's go to the weekly in the gold. I'll just remove this trend lines, and I'm just giving you insight how you should be reading the market. Starting from this way, from the top, right? It came back, swing, lower high, lower low, low, right, lower high, lower low, lower high. So this was kind of like there is no lower high, lower low. So it is stuck in the zone here. So so we can see that it was coming in the swings, right? One, two, three, four. But there is nothing there, no low form. So it's rejecting this key level, this kind of like resistance. It's a very strong resistance. And we if you just define if you go into the daily is like more kind of thing. That's why I say like go for the buys in the higher time frames like weekly and monthly. That's like more a bias kind of thing. And you don't need to like search out anything because that's my trading style is like I just go get the bias and get the overall picture from the weekly and monthly, and then I go into the daily where I actually start hunting trades like okay how I should be approaching the market. So the best way, like obviously we all know the trend lines are actually tell you like the swing work, but just with the with the eye you should be like kind of like build the perception from the higher time frames and more logically into the like daily and then 4 hour and then 1 hour, like how you should be like taking your trades. So we draw the trend line over here. So this is very important. One, two, three. It not basically touched that, but it boomed down from the third touch. So it touched like obviously like you got to be very careful that okay it's a make or break situation, right? So the third touch regions are very important. That's why I'm you guys must have noted that like I'm stressing on trend lines, their third touches, their breaks and makes. So it can make your life so easy. Like though like these are the high time frame examples, but I'm getting to the low time frames too, because the whatever is working in the bigger time frames always works in the low time frames. So it's showing you the example of the third touch over here. So starting from here, one touch, one touch, two touch, third touch, boom. Third touch was a boom. So to always try always understand this thing. And so I think so yeah, that's a very good example taking your trades from the third touch. Obviously, there are like other examples too. If you kind of like even kind of think about this one, like in a head and shoulder, this is also perfect head and shoulder. One, two, hold on. So this is the head over here, uh, and this is kind of right shoulder. So like you are building the confluences. There is a third touch on the trend line. There is a head and shoulder structure forming. From if you see the the inverted head and shoulder, there is a key level, strong key level neckline, what you call neckline. So there is a good example that okay, it's gonna boom up. That exactly did. And so talk. Okay, so if you go into the lower time frames, let's talk about EN. EN is also a very good example of the things we are talking about right now. So if you go into the daily for EN, I took a trade on EN this week. This was a good trade for EN long. And so see the third touch, one, two, three, third touch is always make or break, right? So bringing the same story back as I was talking, the thing which is falling, it has to go up, right? So that exactly did. It was falling for like 3 4 days. It lost pressure. The third touch, no, it went up. So third touch region, it coupled with the daily resistance region. So that was a really good region to see the rejection and to go long in order to recover. So and it exactly did here. So if you go into the lower time frames, I think I should explain like how I took this trade. So walking into the 4 hours, and we knew that this region is the third touch region of the trend line. Okay, so I told you, like, there is only two structures. One is DBT, what I call double top bottom, and second one is HS, which is head and shoulders. And there is always two kind of structures in whole forex, basically. In the charts, in the price action, basically. So I was here, and you guys must have noted by now that I just told you that there are like three steps of the trend line break, right? So starting from here, it was falling for like 4 days. So I drew a trend line straight back, right? And I told you that it's gonna break. That's the step one. Step two is it's gonna retest, push back, form a structure, and then it's gonna continue. That's a perfect example. My entry was somewhere here, so I took all the way up. And so yeah, that's a textbook example, perfect textbook example happened this. I mean, right now, like, I mean, on Thursday, I think. Yeah, it was a Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, it continued to the up, and it was a good trade. I made my entries at the bottom whenever it pushed back, and I continued. So that's the thing. So trend lines are very, very fucking important. Are very, very fucking important. So if you go back, even if you want to make a third touch over here, see the third touch one, second touch, and third touch boom down. So that's like my whole. You guys must be like, kind of noticing that like my whole stress is on trend lines. There are three rules of break. Wait patiently. If it's not following the three, all of them, that means it's a fucking fake move. Don't take it. Simple. Period. Don't take it. So yeah, and what else? My I just want to, like, I think so, like, my kind of intention is kind of like, I've that was my intention to, just give you guys good insight into the trend lines, because trend lines are fucking really, really nice to trade with, because that's could be your one of the pet setup that you can trade day and night, in order to analyze the market. And what and the other most important thing is that just stick with the rules. You don't need to trade every day. You don't need to, stay there and, watching your trade and get stressed. Just trade this trend line rules. That's a very important to follow. Obviously practice on the trend lines, back test it, and you're gonna get it. And just treat these things. I'm showing you like live examples right over here. Let's go to EA if you have like more appetite. you know so same shit happening, bro. Trend line starting from daily, 1 2 3, third touch happened, boom, down. Simple. Nothing crazy happening, bro. Nothing fucking crazy happening here. Just third touch, boom. See the fall at 337, and it's almost 130, 140 pips down there to key level. And understand the key levels here. Understand the thing. It broke and retested. So step one was break. Step two was retest. And step three was continuation. So next week it's a giveaway. Like it's the trade for the next week. It's going to continue to the downside because it's done its thing. It has it has broken the trend line. It has retested from the head and shoulder structure. Let me highlight the head and shoulder for you guys. There you go. So this is gonna be head and shoulder. This is gonna head and shoulder. So kind of thing, and it's gonna continue. So on Monday and Tuesday, just watch the market. I think Tuesday or Wednesday is gonna be your trading days for this pair. Don't, because of what I'm expecting on Monday is that it can actually pull back a little bit. But I think just watch the market and see, like, you guys know the steps, right? What's it gonna do eventually. So whenever you see the continuation, some pressure to the downside, obviously that's gonna be your day over there. So that's gonna be third one. So obviously, falling from there, one, two, three, it can just like make some kind of like fun with this trend line coming from the top. So just watch out. That's gonna be very very good thing, good trade I think for the next week. And Delhi is looking good. It's a bearish week, and it can pull a little bit and then continue into the downside. So that's gonna be a good trade, good fucking trade. And again, bro, I can give you like fucking thousands of examples, like right from this week, not from the past week. So we are into the oil right now. So I'll open the daily. Same thing. I'm gonna show you guys. Oil. My God. Okay. So starting from here, right? And okay, before that, I'm just telling you guys that uh, from here, this is a week. This is a week start. This is a Monday candle, right? So just imagine that. Imagine that this is not happened yet, and I'm on start of the. I'm on Monday this week. So what I did was this was my thing, and then a lot of big guys out there, they were short on this pair. That's what I'm happy about. Yeah. So this was my thing. This was my thing here. So right, this was my thing. Trend line coming from the back from the top, broke the trend line, retested, boom. Simple. Nothing crazy, bro. Nothing fucking crazy. It's a fucking nice ass thing. If you guys gonna get it, you're gonna you're gonna fucking just sending praise to me, bro. So very very simple thing, guys. I'm not giving you any example from the past. Any motherfucker like out there can give you from like his examples from the back from like fucking 2012. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm showing you the same one two working recently, and it works so well. Just believe me. I'm showing you the thing. I'm not. It's right this week. I'm showing you every example from this week. So it did. Understand? Have you guys written the three rules of the trend line break? Everybody can hear me?
Say that one more time.
Have you guys written the trend line break rules? 3 points of how the trend line breaks.
I haven't.
I
You
got
haven't?
I got you, dog. I've been taking notes.
Bro, you should be, bro. This is the fucking the most important thing, dude. So yeah. So first, trend line always breaks in three patterns. The means like it always has three rules to follow. Whenever there is a trend line break trade or setup, it will follow three steps. One is it's gonna break. That's number one. Then it's gonna retest back, form some structure. Third, it's gonna continue. And can you guys see that? It broke, pulled back, retested, came into this resistance region, into this support region, and continue back up. And that's fucking how many pips are here, bro? 54, 56, that's like 260, bro. And you don't need to fucking do anything, dude. It's simple one strategy, bro. And all you gotta do is like just believe in that. Just have faith that this shit works. A lot of people like, okay, that used to happen to me too. When I used to back testing time, like, back then. So I used to even like, kind of doubt my own thing. Okay, I found something whether it works or not. So I used to make some fucking crazy mistakes all the time. And I hope so, like, you guys like, have some great guy over there, dude, who just like, take cares every day. And he must be walking you through a lot of nice things. And so like that's the thing, dude. Like I've shown you example. I can show you like from every pair, dude. Like this week, not from the last week or from the past year or whatever. So I'm showing you the most recent ones that this shit works. Trendline break rules works. Just stay with the rules. Just stay. Just follow the three pattern thing. The trendline break pattern. That's it. You all. If you go into the 4 hour, I think 4 hour gonna give you more a decent picture. See, trend line went up, back down. So if I have to take this trade, fuck, I just hate myself. Why didn't I take this trade, dude? I fucking missed the entry here. So my entry would be somewhere here, somewhere here. You know, if you put the stop loss over here, and that's like almost 1 to 4 ratio by now. And I do expect that it's hitting this level. And it's gonna hit 58, and that's like a 1 to 6 and 5.74 is what. Just put 2% of your account on this one. That's straight 11%, almost 11-12%. You know, from just one fucking pay or one trade. Just one trade. You are not over trading. You guys are not over trading, and you are just risking 2%. Just 2%. That's it. Simple calculation. Nothing crazy here. So that's it, bro. That's it, bro. Like, yeah, just I think that's very, very valuable. Like, you know, the point me coming over here is like gives you the best what works, you know, what works actually, you know. I don't want to give you, I don't want to, because like I don't trade that. I don't want to give you some like fancy indicators. Okay, here's the fucking wave. Here's the fucking this should happen this way, bro. That's bullshit, bro. Just throw that away, bro. All you need is like simplicity. All you need is like very, very simple, clean trades, just lines. That's it. Just lines, and just I would say like, you know, just building your kind of confidence, building your kind of trust. Just back test it, you know, just back test it, and it's gonna work like days and you know, once in a week, bro. Once in a week in every period. And just imagine that if you don't just take that once in a week, you're good. You're too good, dude. I'm telling you, like the professional hedge fund traders, like the people who manage millions of dollars, for them, if they hit like 5% a month, they consider it the fucking best week, best month. And you are hitting 11% in one trade in a week. Just understand the value. And through just one very, very simple one, just trend lines. Because like I believe in that. Just follow this thing and you're good. You're good. And obviously, like, you know, for now, it's gonna help you guys a lot. And obviously over the time you're going to build the more insight and more kind of like, you know, confidence if you're going to take it over and over again, and it's going to build you a lot of confidence, and in fact make you a lot of money. Hope you're going to share with Dakota sometime, dude. Yeah, so that's the point, man, bro. Like, yeah, anybody has any question, I'm down to answer that.
How do you get so good?
How do I get so good at what?
How do you get so good at this, man? How do you make it so simple? Because you know they say,
Bro, the thing is like, bro, like, it's walk, bro. You know that, bro. It's walk, bro. Like, I fucking spent fucking my life here, bro.
Hey, Ahmed.
Yeah, bro. I can hear you,
Hey,
bro.
man. This is Frank. I just
Nice
got
to meet you, bro.
on. I just got on, and I wanted to see if you wouldn't mind. Can you go through those 3 steps again? I was
Yeah, for
just a
sure, bro. For sure, bro.
few
For sure.
minutes late.
No, no. Just note it now. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. So here's a trend line break. So there's a trend line coming over here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's showing resistance over here, and you can see that it's gonna break. It broke the trend line. Step number one is it's gonna break. Let it break. Let the trend line break. It broke, right? That's step one.
Okay.
Step two is gonna pull back. It pulled back, right?
Okay.
Step three is continuation to
Right.
the upside. That's
Okay.
step three. Yeah, that's just 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Boom. That's it.
Oh, okay. The impulse correction and then the continuation.
Bro, yeah, that's a good. Those are very nice, fancy vocabulary, but I hate that, dude. Frankly speaking.
I like your way anyway. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck what is impulse. I just see what's on my screen. I just see that, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
because like I know like if some of the guys out there very very fancy, bro. They use some crazy words out there just to impress people. Oh, I know the fucking shit. Nobody
Okay.
gives a fuck, bro. Like as long as shit is working, dude.
No, I like how simple. I like how simple you put this. So thank you.
Yeah, bro. Very very simple, dude. You because the thing is like I have seen everything. I've tried everything. The only thing works is simple. One trade in a week is the fucking simplest thing. If you can't trade one trade in one pair, I mean, what else you want, bro? You just need one trade in one pair in one fucking week, which is giving you fucking double figure profit, dude. Oh my god, yeah. You know what else? How simple life you want, dude. I'm coming back in a second, dude. Let me bring my beer, dude. I'm just feeling hungry right now. Yeah.
Hey, if y'all got from this, go ahead and drop some ones in the group chat.
We said,
In the group chat, and afterwards, I want to
group.
go ahead post some notes in the chat. I'm trying to see the nuggets that I missed that y'all caught.
Oh, so are you guys? Can you guys hear me? I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, does anybody have a question? Yeah, just keep on asking, bro.
All right.
Does anybody have a question?
Nobody has any questions? All right. Thank you, bro. Like, I know I caught a lot of value, and I'm definitely gonna put it to use, like for real. And
No, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime, bro. The thing is, like, bro, like, I can see that, like, what I've been through, and I don't want anybody else to, walk, in learning this thing. I mean, you can learn it in a very simple way, not to be like, too much making it complex thing. I mean, it is just give you. I mean, obviously, like I have seen your like kind of work ethic, but to all those guys who can hear me, guys, like be serious about this thing. You fucking don't need anything, bro. If you learn this thing, you fucking start hitting your girlfriends, bro. That's what I always say. yeah, yeah. So put in the time, bro. Put in the time, man. That's it, bro. And keep working on your thing. You guys gonna be there, bro.
all right.
I mean,
So
yeah,
they don't know if you have a private group or Instagram.
bro. Like I don't use any social media. I think I told you, like I use only WhatsApp. That's it. Yeah. There's so much distraction, bro. Like what's I mean, Instagram is fucking so much distraction. When I see my four friends partying, I'm like, well, why the fuck I'm not here? So like no Snapchat, fucking all by myself, bro.
I like that. That's real.
Yeah, so that's the reason.
All right. So I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna go
No, bro, and anytime, bro, anytime, man, anytime.
and like I definitely want you back on a call in the future. So
For sure, bro. I'm down. I'm down.
cool.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. The thing is, like, bro, like, uh, the right thing. People are just too scared of sharing their things. I don't like that because, like, I've been around those people who just keep their things. Knowledge is for sharing, not for dying with that shit. Well, what's the point of the knowledge if you're not sharing it? You're gonna eventually die.
That's crazy. That's for real.
Yeah.
One more thing.
So,
You earlier you talked about you would be practicing your strategy, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you be practicing your strategy, back testing and everything. Then when you got to live, you would basically use it, but then fuck up your whole entire strategy and lose all your money. So, and that was more of a
Yeah.
logical like journey that you were on. Like you had to like change your psychology to get that down right and stick to your rules.
Yeah, bro. The thing is like, bro, like the it's obviously it's mentality, bro. The I always like values 90% is mentality and 10% is this thing. I mean, it's mentality, bro. It's all mentality, how you handle the thing, and just 90% is mentality, bro. Like how you handle your risk, how you because like the thing was like uh for me, the type of family I belong or like kind of thing is like I'm more aggressive. I'm very very aggressive and more egoistic kind of guy. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you bring ego or like that kind of thing, eventually you're gonna blow it with your thing. So now, like, if I take a loss, and so I just take it on my face, and I'll just yeah. That's what I said. Like, if you lose one trade, there is another waiting on the other corner.
That's right.
Yeah, it's better to just kind of like maybe shut the computer. If you lose one and have a bad time, just like shut the computer. And there is always other day, bro, other week, better day and better week. So always wait for that. That's what I learned from my people I hang around. So what they do is like they just too chill here, bro. They're so cool from here. They're very very cool about the up from their head, dude. Like that's what I love. Like and I think that's the secret because like maybe I'm not kind of like saying maybe I'm better than those guys in TA. The but the edge they have is coolness in the head. Just the coolness. That's the only difference I feel. Okay, why I'm here and they are there. So obviously the time is there. They have more experience, but the thing is like by now I feel like I do have the right TA setups and thing. But the more like from going this level to the next level is like I have to bring more coolness, more absorbing kind of behavior. I have to absorb the loss as well. Okay, keep it down. No worries. It's gonna be tomorrow.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna go ahead in the call. Let me
Am
go.
I good to leave now?
Hmm?
Am I good to leave now?
Oh yeah, you're good, man. Thank you. Like
No
for
problem, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime, bro.
so
Yeah.
I'm so happy that he actually hopped on the call for us and shared all that information with us. But, let me go ahead and share my screen quick. So I'm not gonna go over the trades and the signals that I sent out this week. I'll review that on Monday. Okay. I'll review that on Monday. You guys know we caught a ton of pips. I think we caught close to like 400 pips this week. So you guys should be good. And hope everyone has a great weekend. Peace.
Yeah, bro. Have a good night, bro.
You too.
Take